The FAA says a safety board gave initial approval to new training for the 737 MAX. Pilots will now have to get an overview of the plane's controversial MCAS, an automation system that 737 MAX pilots didn't even know existed until after it appeared to cause a Lion Air jet to nosedive into the Java Sea in October. Then a second crash with MCAS at play in March.
When one thing fails, a system fails, and then everyone should not die.
Kevin Durkin represents a family suing Boeing over the Ethiopian Airlines crash that killed their daughter and sister.
They wanted to be able to give the airlines an airplane that would go faster, go further, and take more people without changing the basic design of the aircraft.
Without the MCAS, pilots used to the older so-called new generation 737s would have needed simulator training, according to pilots.
The 737 MAX 8 has significantly different flying characteristics than the new generation aircraft. It has a different engine, a larger engine. The engine's mounted in a different place on the wing. The aircraft's considerably longer. So the MCAS system was installed in order to give the MAX a seamless, very similar flying experience for the pilots.
Here's how the MCAS works. It monitors the plane for abnormal pitch, the angle at which the nose is pointed into the sky. If it senses the plane is stalling, as in losing lift, it pushes the nose of the plane down. But how does the MCAS know the plane is stalling? It uses readings from angle of attack sensors. There are 2 AOA sensors on the nose of the 737 MAX. They measure air pressure to determine the plane's pitch. In the original MCAS design, just one faulty AOA sensor could make the plane think it was stalling and push the nose of the plane down. If the plane wasn't actually stalling, that meant a nosedive. As Newsy first reported in early March, Boeing's update will make the plane look at both sensors and compare the information they're sending. If they disagree by more than 5.5 degrees, the MCAS will not push the nose down. Plus, Boeing is adding displays by default to tell pilots if the AOA sensors disagree. The MCAS puts the nose down by moving the plane's horizontal stabilizer, what looks like little wings on the tail of the plane. It controls pitch. Boeing's update will also limit how much the MCAS can move that control surface. Boeing says the system won't be able to move the stabilizer more, quote, than can be counteracted by the flight crew pulling back on the control column in the cockpit. Another problem the MCAS used to have, it could tell the nose to pitch down repeatedly. With the update, the plane will only be able to put the nose down on its own once for each high pitch reading. That makes recovering from a nosedive much easier and likely faster. Boeing says all 737 MAX pilots will get updated training, including on the MCAS changes. It's that training the FAA Safety Board has approved. Now the public has a chance to comment on the board's conclusions. Then the FAA will give the final go-ahead. But FAA officials say Boeing has yet to submit a final software fix for safety approval. The company's CEO told an audience in Dallas Boeing's pilots have made well over 90 test flights as it works its way toward recertification.
The history of our industry shows most accidents are caused by a chain of events. This again is the case here. And we know we can break one of those chain links in these 2 accidents.
Boeing says its fix will make the 737 MAX even safer, even as the plane's very design seems to be a primary factor in the crashes that killed well over 300 people.
When the MAX returns to the skies with the software changes to the MCAS function, it will be among the safest airplanes ever to fly.